Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to start chapter 17 Stars and the Solar System. Paheli and Bujo visited their grandparents' village during the summer break. After dinner, they went on to the roof of the house. It was a clear, cloudless night. They were surprised to see a large number of bright stars in the sky. They had never seen such a beautiful scene in their city. So you can see in the figure, Bujo and Paheli are seeing the night sky. So Paheli wondered why the village sky was so different from the night sky in big cities. Her grandfather explained that due to bright light, smoke, and dust, the sky in big cities is rarely clear. He also identified some objects seen in the night sky and told stories associated with them. Night sky watching can be fascinating experience at a place where there is no bright lights and the atmosphere is clear. Look at the sky on a dark, clear night. You see the entire sky dotted with countless stars, some bright and some not so bright. Observe them carefully. Do all of them appear like to twinkle? Do you find any star-like object which does not twinkle? The objects which do not twinkle are planets. So the moon is the brightest object in the night sky. The star, the planets and the moon and many other objects in the sky are called celestial objects. So the study of celestial objects and associated phenomena is called astronomy. In ancient India, our ancestors performed methodical observations of sky. Their knowledge of astronomy was highly advanced for their time. Passage of the sun, stars, moons, and planets in the sky helped them to devise calendars and almanacs. These were often used by people in their day-to-day conduct, and a better understanding of climate and rainfall patterns were timely sowing and choice of crops, fixing the dates of season and festivals. So our ancestors had great knowledge of astronomy. Let us also make some observations of celestial objects and learn about them. So the moon, activity 17.1. The moon continuously for several nights, preferably from one full moon to the next. Make a sketch of the moon every night in your notebook and note that the day from the day of the full moon. Also note every day the part of the sky, east or west, in which the moon is seen. So this you can see, she is drawing the faces of the moon in her notebook. Is there a change in the shape of the moon every day? Are there days when the shape of the moon appears to be perfectly round? Are there days when the moon cannot be seen at all, even in the clear sky? So the day on which the whole disk of moon is visible is known as the full moon day. Thereafter, every night the size of the bright part of the moon appears to become thinner and thinner. On the 15th day, the moon is not visible. This day is known as new moon day. The next day, only a few portion of the moon appears in the sky. This is known as the crescent moon. Then again the moon grows larger every day. On the 15th day, once again we get the full view of the moon. So we all know this. So the various shapes of the bright part of the moon as seen during the month are called phases of moon, as you can see in figure 17.2. Phases of moon play an important role in our social life. Almost all festivals in India are celebrated according to the phases of the moon. For example, Deepavali is celebrated on the new moon day, Buddha Purnima and Guru Nanak birthday are celebrated on full moon day, Mahashivratri is celebrated on 13th night of waning moon, Eid ul Fitr is observed on the day following the sighting of crescent moon. The time period between one full moon to the next full moon is slightly longer than 29 days. In many calendars, this period is called a month. So Bujo says, why does the moon changes its shape every day? So you can see here. Let's try to understand why phases of moon occurs. You have studied in chapter 16 that the moon does not produce its own light, whereas the sun and other stars do. We see the moon because the sunlight falls on it get reflected towards us. You can see it in 17.3 figure. You can see the moon is the getting the light from sun and it is reflected to the earth. So we see that we therefore see only the part of the moon from which the light of the sun is reflected toward us. So here is an activity 17.2. Take a big ball or a picture, paint half of it white and half black. Go out into the playground with two of your friends. Draw a circle of radius of about 2 meters on the ground. Divide the circle into 8 equal parts as shown in the figure 17.4. So stand at the center of the circle. Ask your friend to hold the ball at different points of the circle. Ask her to keep the white portion of the ball always towards the sun. If you are performing this activity in the morning, then the white portion of the ball should be kept towards the east. So if the activity is being performed in the afternoon, then the white portion should be of the ball should be kept towards the west. In each cases, the line dividing the white and black portion is kept vertical. So standing at the center of the circle, observe the visible white portion of the ball, while your friends stand at the point of the circle marked earlier. Draw the shape of the white portion as you see it. Compare your drawing with the different phases of the moon as shown in figure 17.5. So in 17.4, the moon appear different at different position of its orbit. So you can see here, this is the position of the moon in its orbit and its corresponding phases. So you can see this. So remember that the moon revolves around the earth along with the moon revolves around the sun. So 17.6, earth accompanied by moon is revolving around the sun. You can see that. Can you now guess the relative positions of the sun, moon and the earth on the day of the full moon and on the day of the new moon? Sketch these portion in your notebook. In which part of the sky would you look for a full moon? The size of the illuminated part of the moon visible from the earth increases each day after the new moon day. After the full moon day, the sunlit part of the moon visible from the earth decreases its size every day. So Paheli says, I have heard that we never see the backside of the moon from the earth. Is it true? So activity 17.3, draw a circle of about 1 meter diameter on the ground. Ask one of your friend to stand at the center of the circle. You revolve around your friend in such a manner that your face always remains towards him. So can your friend see your back? How many rotation do you complete in one revolution? The moon revolves around the same manner around the earth in a similar manner. So the moon completes one rotation on its axis as it completes one revolution around the earth. So you can see the moon surface. The moon is the fascinating object for poets and storytellers, but when astronauts landed on the moon, they found that moon surface is dusty and barren. There are many craters of different sizes. It also has a large number of steep and high mountains, as in figure 17.7 you can see. Some of these are as high as the mountains on the earth. So you can see surface of the moon. The moon has no atmosphere, it has no water. Can any life exist on it? So it is not possible. So Bojo says, can we hear any sound on the moon? So Paheli says, we learned in chapter 13 that the sound cannot travel when there is no medium. Then how can we hear any sound on the moon? So here is a do you know, did you know section. So on July 21, 1969 Indian time, the American astronaut Neil Armstrong landed on the moon for the first time. He was followed by Edwin Aldrin. So 17.8, an astronaut on the moon, you can see. 17.2, the stars. What other objects do you see in the night sky? There is a large number of stars in the sky. Observe carefully on a dark night and from a place away from the big city. All stars equally bright? Are they of the same color? In fact, stars emit light of their own. The sun is also a star. Why does it appear so large compared to the other stars? Which appears bigger, a football plays near you or a football plays at a distance of 100 meters? The stars are millions of times farther away than the sun. Therefore, the star appears to be like points. So they are very far away. That's why they appear so small. The sun is nearly 15 crore kilometers, that is 150 million kilometer away from the earth. So the next nearest star is Proxima Centauri. It is at a distance of about 40 and followed by so many zeros kilometer from the earth. Can you read this distance in kilometers conveniently? Some stars are even farther away. So such large distances are expressed in another unit known as the light year. It is the distance traveled by light in 1 year. Remember that the speed of light is about 3 lakh km per second. Thus the distance of the sun from the earth may be said to be about 8 light minutes. So the distance of Alpha Centauri is about 4.3 light years. So you can see if light from one star takes years to reach us, I wonder if we are looking into the past when we look at stars. So very nice observation by Pahili. So Bojo says, I want to know why we do not see the stars during the day. Why are they visible only at night? So in fact, the stars are present in the sky during the daytime also. However, they are not visible then because of the bright sunlight. Observe some prominent stars or a group of stars in the sky for about 2 hours or more. What do you find? Do you find any change in the position of the stars in the sky? You will find that the stars appears to move from east to west. A star which rises in the east in the evening sets in the west in the early morning. Why do stars appear to move from east to west? Let us find out. So activity 17.4. Stand in the center of a big room and start rotating. In which direction will the object in the room appear to move? Do you see them moving in the direction opposite to your motion? Pahiri recalls that when she was in a moving train, the nearby trees are and buildings appear to move in the backward direction. So if the stars appear to move east to west, could it mean that the earth rotates from west to east? So Mr. Bojo says, now I understand why the sun appears to rise in the east and set in the west as the earth rotates from west to east on its axis. So Paheli says, my grandfather told me that there is one star in the sky which does not move at all. How is it possible? So activity 17.5, take an umbrella and open it. Make about 15 stars out of a white paper. Place one star in the position of the center of the rod of the umbrella and others at different places on the cloth near the end of the spoke. So you can see here. So pole star does not appear to move. So now rotate the umbrella by holding its center rod in your hand. Observe the star in the umbrella. Is there any star which does not appear to move? Where is the star located? If there were a star located where the axis of rotation of the earth meets the sky, could this star be also stationary? So here is there is actually a star, the pole star, which is situated in the direction of the earth's axis. It does not appear to move. So you can see the pole star here. So 17.10, the pole star lies close to the axis of the rotation of the earth, so it appears it does not move. So 17.3, constellations. Look at the sky for some time. Can you see some stars forming groups with shapes like these in figure 17.11? These stars forming a group that has a recognizable shape is called a constellation. Constellations were devised by ancient people to be able to recognize stars in the sky. The shapes of constellations resembles objects familiar to those people. So you can easily identify some constellations in the night. For this you should know what this particular constellation look like and where to look for it in the night sky. So one of the most famous constellation which you can see during summer time is the early part of the night is Ursa Major. So you can see in 17.11a. So you can see a great bear. B is an Orion. C is a Cassiopeia and D is a Leo Major. So you can see that. So some of constellation in the night sky. There are 7 prominent stars in this constellation. It appears like a big ladle or a big question mark. There are 3 stars in the handle of the ladle and 4 in the bowl. So you can see in 17.12. In all ancient cultures, very interesting mythological stories have been associated with the various constellations. So you can see dipper used for drinking water in ancient time. So Ursa Major, Saptarishi. So Saptarishi has been associated with 7 well-known ancient Indian sages or rishis as shown in the figure below. According to the ancient mythology, the 7 sages who formed the Saptarishi preserve the eternal knowledge of Vedas and explain it to people in every new age. So you can see the names Marichi, Vashishta, Angiras, Atri, Pulatsya, Kratu and Pulaha. So these were the name and this is the 7 stars. So activity 17.6, observe this constellation for a few hours. Do you find any change in its shape? Do you find any change in its position? You will observe that the shape of the constellation remains the same. So you will also find that the constellation appears to move from in the sky from east to west. So Bojo says, I have heard that we can locate the pole star with the help of Ursa Major. So activity 17.7. This activity should be performed on a clear moonless night during summer at about 9 p.m. Looking towards the northern part of the sky, identify Usra Major. You may get help from elders in your family. Look at the two stars at the end of Usra Major. Imagine a straight line passing through these stars as shown in figure 17.13. Extend this imaginary line toward the north direction about 5 times the distance between the two stars. So this line will lead to a star which is not too bright. This is the pole star. Observe the pole star for some time. Note that it does not move at all as other stars drift from east to west. So activity 17.8. So during a summer night, observe Ursa Major 3 to 4 times at an interval of 2 to 3 hours. Also locate the pole star each time. Does Usra Major appear to move from east to west? Does it appear to revolve around the pole star? Compare your observation with those in the figure 17.14. So 17.14 is a Usra Major moves around the pole star. In fact, all the stars appear to revolve around the pole star. Note that the pole star is not visible from the southern hemisphere. Some of the northern constellations like Usra Major may also not be visible from some point in the northern hemisphere. So now Orion. Orion is another well-known constellation that can be seen during winter in the late evening. It is one of the most magnificent constellation in the sky. It also has 7 or 8 bright stars as in figure 17.11b. Orion is also called the Hunter. The 3 middle stars represent the belt of the Hunter. The 4 bright star appears to be arranged in the form of quadrilateral. So you can see here. The star Sirius, which is the brightest star in the sky, is located close to Orion. To locate Sirius, imagine a straight line passing through the 3 middle stars at Orion. Look along this line towards the east. This line will lead you to a very bright star. It is called the Sirius. So Cassiopeia is another prominent constellation in which the northern sky, it is very visible during winter in the early part of the night. It looks like a disordered letter W or M. So you can see in figure 17.11c. Do you know a constellation does not have only 5 to 10 stars? It has large number of stars as in figure 17.6. However, we can see only the bright stars in the constellation which our naked eyes can see. All the stars which make up a constellation are not at the same distance. They are just in the same line of sight in the sky. So you can see here. So here is a figure of the solar system. So the solar system, the sun and the celestial bodies which revolve around it forms the solar system. It consists of large number of bodies such as planets, comets, asteroids, meteors. The gravitational attraction between the sun and these objects keep them revolving around them. So this is all because of the gravitational attraction. Thus Earth, as you know, also revolves around the sun. It is a member of the solar system. It is a planet. There are 7 other planets that revolve around the sun. The eighth planet in the order of the distance from the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So figure 17.70 shows a schematic view of the solar system. So Bojo says, I have read that there are 9 planets in the solar system. So do you know, till 2006 there were 9 planets in the solar system. Pluto was the farthest planet from the sun. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union IAU adopted a new definition of a planet. Pluto does not fit this definition. It is no longer a planet of the solar system. So let us know about some members of the solar system. So the sun is the nearest star from us. It is continuously emitting huge amount of heat and light. The sun is the source of almost all energy on the earth. It is in fact the sun is the main source of heat and light for our planet. The planet look like stars, but they do not have their own light. They merely reflect the sunlight that falls on them. Can you distinguish between the planet and the stars? So the simplest method of identifying planets from stars is that stars twinkle whereas planets do not. Also the planets keep changing their position with respect to the star. A planet has a definite path in which it revolves around the sun. This path is called an orbit. The time taken by a planet to complete one revolution is called its a period of revolution. The period of revolution increases as the distance of the planet increases from the sun. So Bojo says, I wonder why the planet do not collide with while revolving around the sun. So you can see activity 17.9. Go out into the playground with 4 or 5 of your friends. Draw 4 circles of radii 1 meter, 1.8 meter, 2.5 meter and 3.8 meter, all having a common center as in figure 17.18. Ask one of your friends to stand in the center and represent the sun. Your other of our friends may represent Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. Ask your friend to move around the sun in an anti-clockwise direction in their own orbit. Do they collide with one another? So you can see they do not collide with one another. Planets move in their own orbit. So besides revolving around the sun, a planet may also rotate on its own axis like a top. So you can see in figure 17.9 a top. So the time taken by a planet to complete one revolution is called its period of revolution. So planet rotates on its own in its own axis like a top. So like they rotate like this. Some planets are known to have moon satellites revolving around them. Any celestial body revolving around another celestial body is called as satellite. So the Earth can be said to be a satellite of the sun, though generally we call it a planet of the sun. We use the term satellite for bodies revolving around planets. Moon is a satellite for the Earth. So Pahili says the Earth revolves around the sun. Does it make Earth a satellite of the Earth? So it is already explained. There are many man-made satellites revolving around the Earth. These are called artificial satellites. So astronomy in ancient India. The practice of astronomy in ancient India is mentioned in Rig Veda, which was composed about 4000 years ago. So many Indian scholars have contributed to astronomy. One of the most well-known astronomer is Aryabhatta. The work of Aryabhatta on astronomy can be found in his writing Aryabhatiya. He wrote it on 1499 Common Era at the age of 23. The diameter of the earth is stated by Aryabhatta is close to the presently known value. Disregarding the popular view, the earth is achala, immovable. Aryabhatta stated that the earth is sphere and rotates on its own axis. His estimate about the sidereal period of earth was 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4.1 seconds, which is very close to the presently known value. He also correctly stated that the moon and the planet shines due to reflected sunlight. He also gave a scientific explanation for solar and lunar eclipses. When the shadow of the earth falls on the moon, it is called lunar eclipse, and when the shadow of the moon falls on earth, it is called solar eclipse. Aryabhatta also found the distance between the earth and the moon, which is very close to the known value today. So you can see the statue of Aryabhatta, who lived between for common era 476 to 550. So here is a picture of Mercury, Buddha. The planet Mercury is nearest to the sun. It is the smallest planet for our solar system. Because Mercury is very close to the sun, it is very difficult to observe it, as most of the time it is hidden in the glare of the sun. However, it can be observed just before sunrise or just after sunset near the horizon, so it is visible only at places where trees and buildings do not obstruct the view of the horizon. So Mercury has no satellite of its own. So Venus is Earth's nearest planetary neighbor. It is the brightest planet in the night sky. It is also known as Shukra. So sometimes Venus appears in the eastern sky before sunrise. Sometimes it appears in the western sky just after the sunset. Therefore, it is often called morning and evening star. Although it is not a star, try to locate Venus in the night sky. So Venus has no moon or satellites of its own. Rotation of Venus on its axis is somewhat unusual. It rotates from east to west, while the Earth rotates from west to east. So it rotates in the opposite direction. So activity 17.10, find out from some newspaper or from an almanac the time when Venus is visible in the sky. You can easily recognize Venus by its brightness. So remember that Venus cannot be seen very high in the sky. You must either try to observe Venus either 1 to 3 hours before sunrise or 1 to 3 hours after sunset. So does it mean that on Venus the sun would rise on the west and set in the east? So if you get a chance to observe Venus through a telescope, you will observe that Venus shows faces just like the moon, as you can see in figure 17. 66.20. So phases of Venus you can see here. So the Earth, Prithvi, the Earth is the only planet in the solar system on which life is known to exist. Some special environmental conditions are responsible for the existence of the continuation of life on Earth. These include just the right distance from the sun, so that if it has the right temperature range, the presence of water and suitable atmosphere, and a blanket of ozone. So Wiley says we must take special care to protect our environment so that life on Earth is not disturbed. So from space the Earth appears blue-green due to the reflection of light from the water and landmass on its surface. The axis of rotation of the Earth is not perpendicular to the plane of its orbit, it is tilted. The tilt is responsible for the change of season on the Earth. The Earth has only one moon. So Bojo says, if I am 13 years old, how many times I have gone around the sun? So Mars, Mangal. The next planet, the first outside the orbit of the Earth, is Mars. It appears slightly reddish and therefore it is also called the red planet. Mars has two small natural satellites. Mangalyaan, Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO) launched India's first Mars orbit mission, Mangalyaan, on November 5, 13. It was successfully placed on its orbit on Mars on September 24, 14. With this, India became the first country in the world to do so in its first attempt. So Jupiter, Brihaspati. Jupiter is the largest planet of our solar system. It is so large that about 1300 Earths can be placed inside the giant planet. However, the mass of Jupiter is about 318 times that of our Earth. It rotates very rapidly on its axis. So Jupiter has a very large number of satellites. It also has faint rings around it. So you can easily recognize Jupiter as it appears quite bright in the sky. If you observe it with the help of a telescope, you will see 4 of its own moon. So you can see Jupiter and its 4 large satellites. You are familiar with the equator of the Earth. The plane of the equator is called the equatorial plane, as you can see in 17.21. So you can see the equatorial plane in the figure. The plane in which the Earth revolves around the Sun is called the orbital plane of the Earth. So you can see in the figure. These two planes are inclined to each other at an angle of 23.5 degree. This means that the orbit or axis of the Earth is inclined to its orbital plane at an angle of 66.5. So Earth rotates around on a tilted axis. You can see here in the figure. So Paheli says, I have an idea. If you take a large ball which can accommodate about 1300 peas, then the ball will represent Jupiter and 1 pea will represent the Earth. Saturn, Sunny. So beyond Jupiter is Saturn, which appears yellowish in color. What makes it unique in the solar system is its beautiful ring. The rings are not visible with the naked eye. You can observe them with a small telescope. Saturn has its large number of satellites. So you can see Bojo has a naughty idea. If we imagine Saturn as a large pool of water, then will it float? So you can see here. One interesting thing about Saturn is that it has the least dense among all the planets. Its density is less than the water. So Uranus and Neptune, these are the outermost planet of the solar system. They can be seen only with the help of large telescope. Like Venus, Uranus also rotates from east to west. The most remarkable feature of Uranus is that it has highly tilted rotational axis. So it is very tilted. So Uranus in its orbital path you can see in 17.24. So the figure explained about the Saturn was less dense than water. So as figure 17.24, as a result in its orbital motion, it appears to roll on its axis, on its side. The first 4 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, are much nearer to Sun than the other 4 planets. They are called the inner planets. The inner planets have very few moons. The planets outside the orbit of Mars, namely Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, are very farther off than the inner planet. They are called the outer planets. They have ring systems around them. The outermost planet have large number of moons. So 17.5, some other members of the solar system. There are some other bodies which revolves around the sun. They are also member of the solar system. Let us learn about them. So asteroids, There are large gap between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. So you can see in figure 17.525. This gap is occupied by a large number of small objects that revolve around the sun. These are called asteroids. Asteroid can only be seen through large telescope. So comets also are member of our solar system. They revolve around the sun in highly elliptical orbits. However, their period of revolution comes around the sun is usually very long. A comet appears generally as a bright head with a long tail. So the length of the tail grows in size as it approaches the sun. The tail of the comet is always directed away from the sun. So you can see in the figure 17.26 about the comets. So in 25 you can see the asteroid belt here between Mars and Jupiter. So here you can see the different positions of a comet. So many comets are known to appear periodically. One such is Halley comet, which appears after nearly 76 years. It was last seen in 1986. Can you tell when Halley comet will be again visible? So superstition about the comets. Some people think that comets are messengers of disaster. So such a war, epidemic and floods. But these are all myth and superstition. Appearance of comet is a natural phenomenon. We have no reason to be afraid of it. So meteors and meteorites at night when the sky is clear and the moon is not there, you may sometimes see a bright streak of light in the sky. You can see in figure 17.27. These are commonly known as shooting stars. Although they are not stars, they are called meteors. A meteor is usually a small object that occasionally enters the Earth's atmosphere. At the time it has a very high speed. The friction due to the atmosphere heats it up, it glows and evaporates quickly. This is why the bright streak lasts for a very few time period. So you can see a streak of meteor. So some meteors are large and so they can reach the earth before they evaporate completely. The body that reaches the earth is called a meteorite. Meteorites help scientists in investigating the nature of the material from which the solar system was formed. So meteor showers. When the earth crosses the tail of the comet, swarms of meteors are seen. These are known as meteor showers. Some meteor showers occurs at regular intervals each year. You can find the time of their appearance from a scientific magazine or from the internet. So artificial satellite, you must have heard about that there are a number of artificial satellites which are orbiting the earth. You might wonder how artificial satellites are different from the natural satellites. So artificial satellites are man-made. They are launched from the earth. They revolve around the earth much closer than the earth's natural satellite, the moon. So in India has built launched several artificial satellites. Aryabhatta was the first natural satellite. So some other Indian satellites are INSAT, IRS, Kalpana 1, EduSat, etc. So 17.20 show that artificial satellites have many practical applications. They are used for forecasting weather, transmitting television and radio signals. They are also used for telecommunication and remote sensing. So Paili says, I want to tell you that by remote sensing we mean collecting information from a distance. So you can see some Indian satellites, very beautiful pictures of satellites. So here the chapter is finished and we will start the next chapter in the next class.